I'm going to ask ChatGPT and Google Gemini to write my resume, and then we're going to see which one is better. And to make it fair, I'm first going to ask it to create a resume on its own, and then I'm going to have it use one of the online job descriptions and customize a resume for that. And then I'm going to take a copy of my own resume and then upload it to ChatGPT and Google Gemini and see how it can modify my own resume to be optimized for the ATS system. Now, I'm a recruiter, so I'm going to be running the same prompts with both ChatGPT and Gemini. First, I'm going to start by asking it just to create a resume for me from scratch for a recruiting position. So as you can see here, it's trying to put together what a recruiter actually does. It's giving me some core skills, and it's trying to put together an initial part of what the resume will look like with job titles and my education at the bottom. You can see even here it's trying to add technical skills, but it has core competencies at the top, which is interesting, and it wants you to call out professional associations. So here on Gemini, I'm going to do the exact same prompt. I'm going to say, help me write a resume for a technical recruiting role, and we'll see what Gemini can come up with. At the top, it's giving you some pretty useful tips here on what you should be including in your resume, what the resume structure is, and some key sections. And then if it wants you to start building a resume, I have to start answering questions, which I think is probably going to take a long time. So what I am going to do now is I'm going to take an actual job posting. This is the one that I found online, and then I'm going to ask if Gemini can create a resume optimized to match this specific job description for a recruiting role. Okay, so it's telling me what to put there as a header, but it's not really creating. Oh, well, yeah, so this summary is, there's some fill in the blank on here. Okay, I see. And then it has you covering your experience, your education, and then telling you that you should tailor it here at the bottom. All right, so now I'm going to give the exact same prompt to ChatGPT and see what this comes up with. How does ChatGPT tailor a resume to match the job description itself? Professional summary. I guess it's giving you like something to work with here, right? I still don't know the difference between core competencies and skills. Now, some of it is pretty self-intuitive and you don't need to call it out like that, but here, look, it's giving you actual breakdowns of what you could put for bullet points on your roles in terms of your responsibilities. You notice that all of the bullets start with action verbs. Interestingly here, it threw in that I have a certification. That must be like one of the preferred requirements in the job description, but just make sure you do double check this, because if you don't have the certification, make sure you don't include it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy what ChatGPT's resume looks like into an actual Word document so we can actually see what it looks like when you put it directly from ChatGPT. So this is what your resume would basically look like if you copied and pasted it from ChatGPT, which is not bad, right? It has all of the appropriate sections. I mean, it's not a fancy template, but I don't think you ever need a fancy template. You can adjust the words here, obviously, customize for yourself. And now I'm going to do the same thing with Google Gemini. So I'm going to take Gemini's recruiting resume that it created for that Uber job position, put it into a Word doc, and see what this resume looks like. And we can compare them side by side. Oh. Okay, so there's a lot of skills here on the Google Gemini version of the resume. And then the ChatGPT version actually has you call out different jobs that you have with bullets that you can then adjust, which I think is actually better to start with. They all put education at the bottom, which is correct, and they all recommend that you have some type of header or professional summary, which is also optimal. Okay, so here I actually have my current version of my resume, and so what I want to see is if I download this and then upload it to ChatGPT and Gemini, and I ask it to tailor my resume for this job description, what would that look like? Because right now, these templates are just using information based on the job description. They're not using anything that's custom to me. So I'm going to use the same prompt for both. I'm going to ask it, can you update my resume to match the job description that I just pulled? And on ChatGPT, you can actually upload your file, which is part of the free version of ChatGPT here. So I'm uploading it as a PDF. I'm not sure if it makes a difference. So my professional summary here is not anything close to what I have written on my resume, which is interesting. It is pulling the bullets from my resume there. Some of it is mine and some of it created on its own. It threw in technical skills, which I don't even have, so that's interesting. Now, let me see if I can upload a version of my resume to Gemini with the same prompt. Oh, so unfortunately, for the free version of Gemini, I don't think I can upload a file just like I could for ChatGPT. So Gemini will not allow me or will not update a resume if I upload it. Oh, see right here? I can't help with modifying files. Yeah, so this is the free version of Gemini. So you cannot upload files with the free version of Gemini. So here, I'm going to take my updated new version of the resume thanks to ChatGPT, and let's throw this into its own Word doc and see what that looks like. I don't have any of those certifications, so I got to make sure that I double check that there. They even threw in a header line at the top. That's pretty good. Now, this professional summary, though, is nothing close to what I have. Right? If you look at what I wrote here, I'm saying what kind of roles I'm supporting, what my focus areas are, what level I'm hiring for. And this is just using, honestly, it's kind of a bad summary because it's just saying stuff that's pretty obvious that recruiters have to do, right? Like proven track record of building relationships with hiring managers. Duh, like you have to do that if you're a recruiter. Sourcing strategies. This is all pretty straightforward. And then same thing here. If you look at core competencies, which I guess is like skills in this case, all of that is implied. It's not very helpful, right? Like obviously I'm doing talent acquisition. I'm doing candidate screening and interviewing. I'm using an ATS system because candidates need to apply online. So a lot of this stuff is self-explanatory and is not really what I would include as a skills section. Now let's look at how it updated my work experience with my bullets here. I actually like my first bullet, but it didn't use it. But it did take my second bullet. Now this second one here is not necessary because obviously I'm working with hiring managers to post jobs and stuff. So make sure you do read your bullets. Don't just take exactly what ChatGPT puts out here. Like even this one, conducted screens. That's super obvious. Here you should be specific and talk about what kind of data and metrics you did use and how that led to some kind of outcome. You want numbers on your resume, right? You can see here in my version of the resume, I have numbers and metrics, and I'm talking about how I use data, but ChatGPT didn't take any of those bullets. Now, the other thing that's interesting here, and this is not obviously something I would expect ChatGPT to figure out, but I did a career switch. So as you can see, I started at PwC in consulting. And now I would actually have removed that from the resume because it's not relevant to being a recruiter. But ChatGPT just kept it, so it doesn't actually know that you're not supposed to include irrelevant information. Now, I will say some of these technical skills down here or the tools are super helpful. Now, because I uploaded as a PDF first, I'm trying to see if I do it as a doc, if it makes any difference, just in case people at home are wondering if you need to upload to ChatGPT in a certain file format. And it looks like it's the exact same. So whether you use a PDF or a doc, it looks like all of the bullets and whatever ChatGPT will update is exactly the same. Yeah, it looks pretty much the exact same here. Same core competencies and everything. And I did do a little bit of extra research. You can upload files if you have Gemini Advanced. So if you're only using the free version of Gemini, you won't be able to upload a version of your resume and ask it to update it. So you'll have to pay for Gemini Advanced, unfortunately. Your first month is free though. So after looking at both versions of the resume, honestly, they're pretty similar, and I think you could be fine with either of them, both ChatGPT and Google Gemini. Just keep in mind that you won't be able to upload a file or a version of your resume for them to update it unless you have Gemini Advanced, which has a free month trial. And make sure you proofread whatever ChatGPT or Gemini spits back out at you. Make sure none of it is not something that you actually did, because it added some certifications that I obviously don't have. And make sure that some of the bullets and accomplishments that are built on the resume aren't super obvious, and make sure you have really impactful ones. And also, we noticed that there aren't a lot of numbers or metrics that these ChatGPT tools or AI tools can put on your resume. So you're still gonna have to do a little bit of editing, but honestly, I do think it can get you like 60 to 70% of the way there, which can still save you a lot of time. Now, if you want me to actually pay for Gemini Advanced, if we can get enough likes and views on this video, I'd be happy to actually pay for it and see how Gemini Advanced can stack up against ChatGPT when you upload certain files. And if you want me to try anything else with AI resumes or using AI in a job search, put that in the comments as well. Thank you all for watching, and don't be afraid to shake things up.